In March 1968, 20,000 high school students in Los Angeles walked out of their classes to protest rampant inequality, according to Aaron Cavan's book review, which includes first-hand sources in Sal Castro. The students got the schools to listen to them, and they improved education for the future generations. I wanted to know more about my ethnic history, so I took a class called Mexican American Studies, and it introduced us to this topic. Today I will inform you about a student protest, the East Los Angeles walkouts. More specifically, I will discuss what were the East Los Angeles walkouts, what caused them, and the aftermath. The East Los Angeles walkouts, or the Chicano blowouts, were a series of walkouts that occurred in 1968. Most of the students who participated in these walkouts were Chicano, which basically means that they have Mexican ancestry. Sal Castro, a teacher at Lincoln High School, wanted to instill pride into his Mexican American students. The high school was predominantly Mexican American students. They felt the injustice occurring within the school system. For example, the dropout rates. Mexican American students living east of downtown were funneled into high school with some of the worst dropout rates in the nation. 57% Garfield, 45% at Roosevelt, 39% at Lincoln, according to Luis Saguan, a writer for the LA Times that has been publishing since 1881. Now that I talked about the beginning of the Chicano blowouts, now I'll talk about what happened during them. The Chicano students started to walk out and demanded 36 things from the school board. The walkouts first started at Lincoln High School, and more students joined from other schools as well. It was a peaceful protest, and an organization called the Brown Berets assisted the students in protesting. They protected the students from police brutality and tried to keep the students safe. The FBI and other government organizations tried to stop the walkouts. They arrested 13 prominent figures in the protest. For example, they arrested Sal Castro, one of the main leaders of the Chicano blowouts. The students went to go protest for his release at the police department. They also listed other members as dangerous and violent, even though that there were peaceful protests. They also infiltrated the organizations such as the Brown Berets, and they said that they would cause havoc. After a meeting with the board, a few demands were met, and the walkouts helped change the school system and set an example for future students. The Chicano blowout from 1968 met some of their goals and inspired future walkouts. During the meeting with the school board, the parents of the students joined them because they weren't paying attention to the students. When Sal Castro got arrested for conspiracy, he couldn't get his job back. But after the walkouts, he was able to get his job back, and many prominent figures got jobs in influential positions. For example, Vicky Castro, she got a job in the Board of Education in Los Angeles. The walkouts also helped inspire many other future student walkouts. For example, similar tactics were used in the future walkouts, such as the student walkouts against California Prop 187, and people viewed the East Los Angeles walkouts as the first major mass protest against racism by the Mexican Americans. Chicano students collaborated with the community to bring awareness for the unjust school system. The Chicano blowouts first started when Sal Castro wanted to instill pride into his Chicano students. They created an organization in which they recognized that the school system was unjust. They led peaceful walkouts, which organizations try to stop, but in the end, their demands were met, and school systems were said to be working on the other goals that they have not met, but they were lacking funding. Many people came together and fought for justice. The walkouts remind us that the fight for justice is not easy. Thank you.